Yes, I have these two cats on the screen. You know who they are. Despite my interesting artwork, I like doing things like this just to depict what I think that they look like, based on things that they've done or said. I have a problem with both of them, and let me tell you why. The reason I have them on here, some of you guys will know. Yes, I'm from Los Angeles. Um, the thing is, it's funny. Gavin Newsom made a statement about Larry Elder being the black face of white supremacy. And I'll be honest, although I might agree with him, I do have a problem with that coming from him. For one, I'm looking at LA and what's happening with the black population out here. A lot of brothers and sisters can't even afford to basically live out here. Things are going up. Black folks are the highest homeless, the poorest out here, um, the most gentrified out here, and a lot of things are not going in our favor. Some people will probably say, well, didn't he, give us a reparations bill or sign a bill to study reparations? The thing is, we're tired of studying. A lot of people have already done the work and putting forth what we need, and we've made that clear. Plus, that thing has a lot of weasel words in it when it talks about people of color and all this stuff. No, specifically address us as black people. My thing is this: he cannot say anything about white supremacy when black LA is still being treated the way that it is. And it's been harder for black people living out here, to the point where I know people that have moved out of the city. They've moved out of California, at least where I am, and mostly LA. Black businesses, you know, I thank God that we still have the few that we do, but I know it's even harder for them too. And he has nothing to say. His words are disingenuous, talking about Larry Elder being the black face of white supremacy, when you still haven't done anything to curb the problems that black people are going through. And you haven't gotten advice from people that know things about reparations. Now, people will say the whole ADOS thing, but the thing is, supposedly they had a lot. And I don't look at ADOS as an ethnic group anymore. I look at them as a political group, and they're basically like a Democratic shill group. I have a problem with people using weasel words like people of color, minority, and stuff like that does not address us totally. Now, the thing is, if you're really about or anti-white supremacy, when it comes to especially black people, you would be doing right by black people. Black people would not have to be moving out of the city, and I know some that have, to make a living. It would be a lot easier, and that reparations bill would not only have passed under your watch, it would have been acted out. So him using, Gavin Newsom I call that a dirty Mac move. A dirty Mac is an old school saying, basically, bad mouthing somebody, like kind of on the low, on some yeah, it's not a good thing. All you old school cats know what a dirty Mac is. It was a dirty Mac move that he did. He did the same thing that basically, even though, I'll be honest, Gavin Newsom, I will say that, yeah, Larry Elder is, but at the same time, it's just who it's coming from. You can't say anything. Your words are disingenuous at this point because of what you haven't done in regards to specifically black people, not people of color, not minority, not urban, black folks, black Angelinos like myself. It almost reminds me of the whole Willie Horton campaign. Look that up if you guys don't know about it. I was alive when that was going on. George Bush did that. But yeah, it's like, okay, I'm gonna use basically Joe Biden did it too. He played off of black fear. with Trump, and this guy is playing off of black fear with Larry Elder, you know? But at the same time, he's not really doing anything like specifically in favor for black people. Not some symbolic BS. We want some tangibles, man. And we don't see anything coming from you at all, Gavin. So, yeah, I had a problem with what he said because of just basically his track record with us. Getting to Larry Elder now. Now, Larry Elder is pretty much a wannabe, like, freaking... Yeah, he'll say that he's cool with being black, but he demonizes black people all the time. And just totally tap dances for basically white society. I was laughing at freaking Sean Clanity, as we call him, and him talking about racism. They said that what Gavin said was racist, but these two clowns basically say were champions of saying there is no racism. Well, what is it? Is that racism, or does it not exist? Those guys at Fox News are the most crooked, disgusting freaking people on TV, on the news. Just totally all this anti-black talking points and just all the stuff that they say. And Larry Elder, even though how could I say this? He's not necessarily a news person on Fox News, but they champion a lot of his stuff. And he's been on there. He had his own... How I found out about Larry Elder was decades ago. On his, this guy that I was in a band with was always talking about him and kind of hooraying him for being that black person. But this guy basically, like, agreed with a lot of the stuff that he did. And I basically told him I don't agree with any of that stuff. You know, like, back then I was even a reparations advocate. And him and his associates tried to get me on that. Convinced me about this basic sellout. That's exactly what he is. He's a shill for white society. And tap dances like I don't know what, has all kinds of disgusting things to say about black folks. And does nothing to fix our community. My thing is this: racism exists no matter what. I don't care how famous or what you achieved. Black folks have been achieving stuff in this country under racism. And we will call that out because we are the oldest. We're not only one of the oldest groups here, we also have been discriminated against more than anyone, and also longer than anyone. So even a lot of the stuff that, whether it's blatant or more, how could I say this, covert, we know what it is. We know what racism is. Larry Elder, a lot of a certain segment, I'm not going to say all, because I know a lot of white people that don't dig him either, but a certain segment of white society love Larry Elder because he's like one of those people that get them off the hook from things that, things like racism that are still going on even till this day. And also the after effects of what happened before we still suffer from. He gets them off the hook. He's one of those guys out of like a million other black people. He's one in a million to basically champion their talking points. He's like Can Dunce. He's like Brand Tater Tot. He's like all them. And the thing is, dude, like, the fact that he is their hero. You got straight up blatant white supremacists that love this dude. And of course casual ones. He's their hero. He's their token white person. Or, I don't know if you could call him a token black, but yeah. He's what back then they would call an Oreo. I don't need to name call. I'll just call you by your actions. Even though a part of me does, I'll call him a sellout and all that stuff too. So Larry Elder gets no pass. And although Gavin Newsom pretty much was right, the fact that he cannot even say anything because of what Black LA is going through under his watch says a whole lot. So my thing is this, dude. This vote's going to be a tough one. I'll tell you this. I'm definitely not voting for Larry Elder. And you know what? As far as Gavin Newsom goes, we'll see what happens. I'll vote like I did within the presidency. I did vote, but I voted for neither one of those cats. I'm not a Trump fan or a Biden fan, so this might happen with this too. Gavin, if he's gonna come correct, he better come really correct, because he's on a thread. Because if black society is not voting for certain people, who knows who's gonna win? And of course, he might blame other groups for having him win if he wins. And, black folks will be blamed if Larry Elder wins. But I don't care. My thing is, you need to stand and deliver and listen to Black LA. Larry Elder definitely will not be doing anything for our community. He's no one to look up to. He is a turncoat. He doesn't give a care about anything that we have. And to some degree, I think he might be one of those guys that basically, who knows if black folks basically picked on him or something like that, and he's turning all of his vitriol towards us. Yeah. He's never done anything for our community, so, why should I vote for him? Somebody saying all kinds of disparaging things about black people, whether they are black or white, and not doing anything within our community, you can't say anything. You have nothing to say. And you don't get my vote, because we already see where you're coming from. So you guys, I probably said too much. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what else to say. But you see the problem that I have with both of them, and I thought I would share it with you, whether you wanted to hear it or not. Peace.